Okay, I see Sue. I see Sue. And we're back. You know why? This is for Sue. Sue was the first one in. That was for you, Sue. First one in. First one in. Oh, Dana Lowell. I didn't know. Were you in here originally? I didn't see you in here. Okay. I see. We are back. Okay. Bo TB is back. Autumn is back. Lovely. Tiffany is back. I see you guys didn't want to be yelled at. I appreciate it. Nancy's back. Look at y'all. Everyone's back. Armani's is back. Yay. Oh, Lord. Harrison is already starting. Y'all, is this going to be a complicated live? I feel like something is trying to stop us from having the best live ever. I feel it. But you know what? We're going to overcome that. Okay? Live, encourage more viewers to share. Thank you, Lady Soldier. Leslie came back. I love it. I know, honey. Something was off with that live. Okay. Okay. So I'm just we got to get right into it because I do not want you guys here all night. I was on live for 3.5 hours last night because of y'all. Okay. And as much as I love y'all, 3.5 hours is a lot. Okay. And I have the mic back. Okay, so first we're going to start off with our commercial. We didn't do this last time. I started to. Here we go. 1, go purchase the guide. Why do you need to purchase the guide? It is the companion piece for this class. In fact, today's class is based off of page 6 in the guide. We are going to be talking about writing a compelling series synopsis. Okay, if you have the guide, you can follow along. If you miss class, you can always follow along. We go chapters by weeks. So week 3 is chapter 3. So you can easily follow along, keep up, and have your notes. If you're looking to purchase the guide, the link is in my bio. Second, I need you guys to join our Patreon community. There are different tiers. The first tier is a free tier. That is where you turn in your homework. That's where you get updates on class schedules, on if dates change, who our special guests are. That is a free tier. Everyone in this live right now should be part of that tier. Don't make me call your name, roll call from Patreon on here to embarrass you, okay? It's free. You should go there. Second, once you're there, there are separate tiers. Our pitch crew tier is directly correlated with this class, meaning you will get posts about assignments early. You will get information about class early. You will get more in-depth notes from me early. For example, writing a compelling series synopsis. Those of you who are in our pitch deck or pitch crew tier, had them almost last week. You guys had summary and synopsis. You had the first 8 minutes of Stranger Things, which we're going to talk about today in class. You also had a copy of the pitch deck from our live, which I'm going to post a couple of sections from that on here for us to go over. But if you are in Pitch Crew on Patreon, you can pull it up for yourself there and look through it and follow along that way. So again, join our Patreon. Everyone in here should be part of our Patreon community, whichever tier you choose. I'm obviously going to tell you to do the Pitch Crew tier is the best one. However, you are not missing out just by having the free tier, okay? That is the second thing. The third thing is what we do for our live pitch workshops. I'm now doing in small groups with 5 people. So if you click the link in my bio, it will lead you to Pitch It Like You Mean It, which is a small group pitch workshop. 5 people plus me, and we pitch your workshops. It's a 2-hour workshop, and I just posted it. We have our first one on Saturday, February 15th. Right now, and I forgot to do this, if you join the workshop right now during this live, so in the next 1 to 2 hours. I think we're going to be here probably for like 2 hours. If you join the live, if you join the Pitch It Like You Mean It while we are on the live, the price is cut in half. It's normally $125 to be part of the workshop. Today, right now, it'll be $65. But don't do it just this second because I need to pull it up for you guys. Even though I don't know where I put it. If you guys could see all the things I have open on my screen, you would be like, what in the heck? What in the heck, girl? Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let me update that for you guys right now. Once I update it, I expect to see y'all running it up, because here's the thing. The live pitch workshop is my favorite thing to do, and I figured out a way for us to do that in a more concentrated way so that it's just 5 people instead of the entire internet, and you get more individualized attention. When we went over homework, it took me about an hour to do 5 people. We have 2 hours to do 5 people in the workshop, and because I'm a yapper, most likely we're going to go over. Which is fine. So that is Pitch It Like You Mean It. That is on there. Let me update the price for you guys, because this price is only while we were in the live. Only while we're in the live. Once I get off live, it goes back up to $125, okay? If we buy the guide while on live, can it go back to $19.99? You know what, Tiffany? You know what, Tiffany? Hell yeah. Okay, so let's go. You need the guide. It's $25 because the price went up. Okay, the price went up. But I love a good negotiator. I really do. I love a good negotiator. And Tiffany, we love it. So it is actually, you know what I'm going to do, Tiffany? I'm going to go ahead and make that $18.99. Okay. That is for you. You guys say thank you to Tiffany, okay? Say thank you to Tiffany, because that price just dropped to $18.99 from $25, which again, when we get off this live, that's what it's going back up to, okay? So just to recap, 1, we have the guide. That is now $18.99. Get it while we're on this live in the next few hours, and it will stay that price for you. After that, it's going back up to $25. Second, join our Patreon community at whatever tier. The free tier is a good tier. Join that tier. If you are serious about pitching, writing, and really being part of this community, the Pitch Crew tier is the best tier. It goes hand in hand with this course. We're also, actually, let me rattle off a couple of things so you guys can see what I mean when I say that. So you can see, for the Pitch Crew, it is tailored to this course. So you will get help building your own personal pitch deck, not homework, not things outside, not things within this class, your actual own project that you have. You will get the guide, ultimate guide, for free if you join the Pitch Crew tier. Comes with the guide, okay? You also get one-on-one office hours. I will schedule 15-minute office hours for you, and we can talk either about class or about your other projects. You will also have special Q&A with industry experts, meaning for our live pitch workshop, for example, we have Nicole Toussaint, who is an executive producer for the Netflix series Night Agent. You guys are going to get a post in a couple of days asking for questions that you want to ask her, and those will get folded into the interview. Okay, so you also will have early access to assignments and articles centered around the current week's lesson, which some of you guys have already had. If we join, is there a way to network? I'm a nobody and have no connections. Devin, first of all, you're not a nobody. You are the somebody, okay? So join it, and you will meet other people that are interested in this class. You will meet me. You will have opportunities to have see interviews with experts in the industry. So yes, there's always an opportunity for networking, especially because I believe you don't necessarily have to network up. You want to network across. Okay. Everyone that's in this class is connected on our Patreon. So get into the Patreon. Okay. Pitch Crew level. Also, you have free access to the Pitch It Like You Mean It workshop. And what I mean by that is once a quarter, you can join a Pitch It Like You Mean It workshop for free. Okay, a quarter is every 3 months. So for example, we have a Pitch It Like You Mean It workshop on Saturday. If one of you guys are interested, you just let me know and I will fold you into that class at no cost. Okay. Also, network virtual meetups once a quarter with the team. So the Pitch Crew, we will all hop on a lovely Zoom call with fun things to do. Nothing related to necessarily pitching or homework or the class, but just a chance for us to get to know each other and network with each other and kind of engage with like-minded people. Also, and this one's for you, Tiffany, in the Pitch Crew, you automatically get 10% discount on any and all products. Okay. Absolutely any and all products. So that is the Pitch Crew tier. And I encourage you guys to join that that tier if you are serious about really learning this, building a community around this, and just absorbing as much information as you possibly can. I might do this for all tiers, but definitely for a pitch crew. I get alerts about jobs all the time. I'm going to also start dropping those in there as well. How will the pitch crew tier benefit me if I'm looking to provide this as a service? Provide what? Creating pitch decks as a service? Let's see. Okay, so that is the pitch crew. More information about Pitch It Like You Mean It. It is an intimate and focused extension of the live pitch workshop experience. Workshopping your pitch, get expert guidance on how to structure and present your idea, which is basically what we do in our lives. You also get a pitch deck review. You will send it to me ahead of time and I will look through it and you will get a wonderful critique of it, some constructive criticism. And then you can also have live pitch practice. So if you have a pitch deck that you think is perfect already, but you want practice pitching your elevator pitch, pitching your series in general, that this is for you. Okay, that was a really long commercial. We're almost done. Last but not least, join or subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? We are at 474 people. My goal is to get 500 by the end of the week. So go ahead and do that for me. Go ahead and go to everything you need is at the link in my bio. Click the link. The first thing, it'll pop up from the bottom. The first thing that pops up is my stand store, and you're going to go ahead and click on that, and it will direct you to wherever you need to go, okay? How am I getting a call in the middle of this? Okay, is that it? Did we get all the commercialing out? Did we get all of the commercials out? Do we feel good about starting class right this second? Yes. Okay, put some ones in the comments if we're ready to start class right this second, because I certainly am. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay. Yay, this is so much better. There, can you guys see that? Okay, just to recap what the class is about today, what we are going to cover in week 3, class 1. We're going to cover structure synopsis, which you can see I have some notes already up. Balancing clarity with intrigue. As a reminder, because so many of you guys in here are brilliant writers, that getting down to a pitch deck and getting from that ocean to a glass of water is really hard because we want to make it poetic and beautiful, but we need to get a structure down and follow that structure, okay? Oops. Ciao. Okay, there we go. Okay, then we're going to talk about conveying the tone and genre, okay? So that is going to be a little bit... it's actually going to be very basic understanding of tone and genre, just so we can get through our synopsis structure. And next week, we're going to fully focus on tone and genre, okay? Your assignment for this week, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. For the workshop right now, we're going to come up with a story. Everyone on this live right now, we're going to come up with a story. And then we're going to take that story and use that 4-hour homework. And we are going to write 3 separate synopses for that story within different genres, okay? So same story, we're just shifting it for tone and genre, okay? And that will give us some practice. That assignment is not due on Sunday. It is a 2-part assignment, so it will be due the following Sunday, okay? And I feel like that's it. My only note today, if you take nothing from this class, I want you to walk away understanding it's always clarity over complexity, okay? It is always clarity over complexity. It will make more sense as we go, but please remember, don't make me Dr. Umar, you guys. Clarity over complexity. Clarity over complexity. Clarity over complexity, okay? That is your Dr. Umar for the day. Okay, first things first, what is a synopsis? What is it, y'all? What is a synopsis? Who in here thinks they already know what a synopsis is? Not you guys laughing at the Dr. Umar reference. It's a very niche group of people who know who Dr. Umar is. Okay, what is a synopsis? What is a synopsis? It's a summary of plot, character, major theme of a TV series. We are so close. Who is that? Aya the Shadow 87, you are so close because that is a textbook definition, but we are going to give you the actual practical in real life definition, okay? The synopsis. It provides a concise overview of your series. Your synopsis should be between 250 to 500 words. That sounds like a lot. It is not. It is not. For all my writers, that is not a lot, okay? It needs to be long enough to convey your show's core elements, but short enough to remain engaging and easy to read. So I'm going to repeat that last part again, because now that I've gotten to know you guys a little bit better, I know a lot of you are writers, and I am a writer. So I know the ocean is where we live, we swim, we play. Getting this down to a river, getting this down to a stream, getting this down to a puddle, getting this down to a glass of water is going to be hard for us because everything in that ocean feels important and relevant to us, okay? So the last part, it needs to be long enough to convey your show's core elements, but short enough to remain engaging and easy to read. Okay, this reminds me what my my mom used to say about a woman's skirt. Okay, long enough to cover the goodies, short enough to leave some intrigue. Okay, long enough to cover the goodies, short enough to leave them intrigued. Okay, so that is what your synopsis needs to be. With that said, you always keep in mind clarity over complexity. Clarity over complexity. Okay. Yes, Nash, you want me to repeat that again 3 times? Clarity over complexity. Okay. So here is the summary. Here is the synopsis definition again. And this is a practical definition. Okay. Meaning when I give you the definition and you look it up in the dictionary, it's going to give you one thing. When I give you the definition, it is practical. It is how it shows up for us in this context and what we're doing. Okay. A synopsis, it provides a concise overview of your series. Your synopsis should be between 250 words and 500 words. It needs to be long enough to convey your show's core elements, but short enough to remain engaging and easy to read. We know how important easy to read is. You guys watched me on Monday with Autumn's pitch deck, where she had amazing stuff in that pitch deck, but because it looked long, I didn't see it. It took me at least 20, 30 minutes to really get in there and see all of the gems that she had in there because it looked long. And that makes it not easy to read. Okay, so clarity over complexity. I'll say that 1,000 times. Okay, so everything in pitch deck, TV, in the creative space, whether we want to admit this or not, has a formula, especially when it comes to writing for a TV series, okay? As writers, we're like, no, it's free flowing. I want to know this. There is a formula. The same way we had a formula for the log line, we have a formula for your synopsis. Are you guys ready for the synopsis structure? Okay, there are 5 elements, 5 things that we're going to look for. I'm going to rattle them off and then we'll go into detail, okay? Excuse me. The 5 things we're looking for. Now, Amari, you've dreaded this day. Why? Trust me, this is I'm going to give you a piece of advice that's going to blow your mind when I start talking about synopsis versus summary. Okay. Give you a piece of advice that's going to blow your mind when I start talking about synopsis versus summary. Okay. For a lot of writers, it takes this new perspective that I'm going to give you to help you really unlock what you need to unlock. Okay. Okay. So for your structure, 5 things that I want you to take in when you're writing your synopsis. The first is an opening hook. Okay. Opening hook. The next, introduce the protagonist. Third, establish conflict. 4, highlight the stakes. 5, conclude with the hook. So you're opening and closing with your hook. Okay. Opening, closing with your hook. Your opening hook. Introduce the protagonist. Thank you, Ebold. Establish the conflict. Highlight the stakes. Conclude with the hook. Okay. So we're going to cover those 5 parts of the structure. Okay. First being opening hook. You want to start with a compelling sentence that introduces the main premise and grabs attention. Okay. I'm going to read that again. You're going to start with a compelling sentence that introduces the main premise and grabs attention. How many of you guys were in Autumn's live pitch deck on Monday? I suppose that was yesterday, right? How many of you guys, put some ones if you're in there. Put some ones if you're in Autumn's live pitch deck yesterday. Good, good. Okay, I see you guys. I see you guys. I see you guys. So here's the thing. With Autumn's pitch deck, and Autumn, I hope you're okay with me using you as an example. Autumn had an amazing line. Actually, let me see if I can pull that up. Autumn had an amazing line that was buried. It was buried in, I want to say like paragraph 2. Girl, where was that buried? Because I was like, what are we even talking about? Let's see. Maybe I have it here. Autumn, how did you send me that? Did you email that to me? Yes, you did. You emailed that to me, I believe. Not me going to my email and seeing 2 purchases. Okay. Okay. Y'all knew I was going to yell at you. That's why. I knew it. You guys knew. You guys knew. You knew. Okay, let's see. Here you are, Autumn. Okay, so if you guys were in Autumn's live pitch workshop yesterday, then you know what I'm talking about. There is a line. I'm going to read it right now. Okay. Autumn had an amazing opening synopsis sentence, her opening hook. Set in the overstimulated world of curated perfection and digital fame, Parasocial examines the underbelly of online culture where admiration and addiction turns to all-encompassing obsession. Okay? That grabs you, right? That grabs you. So you want an opening hook that grabs you. And as you know, with Autumn's, we loved it, and I had to yell at her because that is 1, 2, 3 paragraphs down on page like 8. Okay, so we don't want to bury it as much as we did in this one, right? So the constructive criticism was for Autumn to bring that up so that you start with a compelling sentence that introduces the main premise and grabs your attention. I know, Lon, it's so good. That's why I had to yell at her, because I'm like, you can't be that good and then try to hide it. You can't. You cannot be that good and try to hide it, okay? So start with a compelling sentence that introduces the main premise and grabs attention. Here is an example. In a dystopian world where memories can be bought and sold, a renegade scientist fights to reclaim her past. Okay, I'm going to say that again. And think of it in terms of it being an opening hook and a sentence that is compelling and introduces the main premise, okay? In a dystopian world where memories can be bought and sold, a renegade scientist fights to reclaim her past. Does that align with a great opening hook, okay? I'm going to give you a couple of more. I think I dropped some of these. Tomorrow morning, you'll get a list of more in the pitch crew. I'm going to drop a bunch of examples of just things that I made up and mix in with actual opening lines from other shows, okay? So next example, when a washed up comedian wakes up in a sitcom that never ends, he must find the script or risk being trapped in a punchline forever. Okay? One more time. When a washed up comedian, which I love this one, by the way. When a washed up comedian wakes up in a sitcom that never ends, he must find the script or risk being trapped in a punchline forever. Okay? Absolute opening hook. I want someone to explain to me why that works so well. Why does that follow the formula? Okay? I'm going to read it one more time, and then I want you guys to put in the comments how that follows the structure of an opening hook that starts with a compelling sentence and introduces the main premise and grabs attention, okay? So tell me if you can find the main premise, okay? In the chat, you're going to put the main premise. When a washed-up comedian wakes up in a sitcom that never ends, he must find the script or risk being trapped in a punchline forever. Conflict is can't escape show and tells the main character. Introduces character, conflict, and high stakes. Yes, 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 yes. What is the main premise? I want to see that in the chat. What is the main premise? Escaping a never-ending sitcom, which is also the conflict, because he's trying to escape, and that's going to propel the story forward. But that is the main premise. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I'm going to give you one more example. After a struggling chef serves a meal so good it grants immortality, the world's deadliest people come hunting for her secret ingredient. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. And what you're listening for is the main premise, okay? After a struggling chef serves a meal so good that it grants immortality, the world's deadliest people come hunting for her secret ingredient. I know stuff. I know sometimes I be in here having fun, y'all. I be in here having fun coming up with examples and trying to like break things down. Okay, so you've introduced the main premise. That's what I'm looking for. The main premise. Nice. I see you have the characters, the chef, because I think this is what I want you guys to sort of disassociate from and treat this as a brand new lesson. We are letting go of the log line. We are letting go of the log line. This is a completely separate structure. So for the log line, it's subject, it's right? So I think that's what you guys are doing. You guys are looking for the subject. You're looking for the conflict. You're looking for the curiosity. For your synopsis, it's a completely different structure. And that structure is an opening hook. And that can be anything, right? It just so happens that it makes sense to mention your character first. But I just want that main premise, okay? People hunting for secret ingredient. There you go, Lisa. There you go. Granting immortality. Close, Tiffany. That's close. But the main premise is them hunting for the secret ingredient. Okay, that is the premise. It technically the whole sentence should be the premise, but I want you guys to focus on understanding how to use the conflict as the main premise when you're writing these, okay? Being hunted, yes, Nash, there you go. There you go. Okay, so we all understood that. Put some ones in the chat if you understand synopsis structure starting with your opening hook. Let me see those ones. Okay, good, Dana. Good, Dana. Good, Vaughn. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to go to our next thing, which is introducing the protagonist. Okay. Introduce the protagonist. This is what this means. Clearly state who the main character is and what makes them unique or relatable. So comparing this to the log line, the very first thing we do is establish subject. That is for our log line. That was week 1's lesson, okay? Week 3's lesson, we are learning the most important part of the synopsis is setting up the premise. If it does not set up the premise, you have not done the job, okay? Even if you're setting up the premise just so happens to also include your protagonist, but the number one thing you have to do is set up the premise, establish the main premise, and hook me in, okay? Think of your opening hook or the first line of your synopsis in the same way I think about the title page for the entire deck, okay? If that title page does not grab my attention, I'm not flipping to the next page. If I get through and your synopsis does not grab me, I'm now putting it in another pile. I'm now over it. It's going into another pile, okay? Okay, so introducing protagonists. Let's pop this up. Okay, clearly state who the main character is and what makes them unique or relatable. Okay, so you're introducing the protagonist. So clearly state who they are and what makes them unique. I'm going to give you guys an example. Dr. Elena Hayes is a brilliant but haunted neuroscientist who has lost all recollection of her childhood. Okay? Introduce the protagonist. Who's my protagonist in that statement? Who is my protagonist in that example? Dr. Elena Hayes is a brilliant but haunted neuroscientist who has lost all recollection of her childhood. Yes. Thank you, Autumn. Thank you, Lady Soldier. Yes. Thank you, Nash. That is our protagonist, and she is introduced immediately. So this can be your first sentence. This can be your second sentence. Remember, we have 250 to 500 words to get this all in, to get all these 5 elements in. You also want to go back after you've written and make sure that you have all of these elements in. So introduce your protagonist, okay? That one's super straightforward, so I'm just going to move us right along to establish conflict, okay? So establish conflict. You're going to outline the central conflict or challenges the protagonist faces, okay? So I'm going to give you the same example that we used from the opening hook, and you guys nailed it on the conflict, but I'm going to give you some more examples, okay? When a small town librarian discovers her life is a best-selling novel, she must find the author before he writes her tragic ending. Where is the conflict? I'm going to read it again, and you're going to think about where is the conflict, and you're going to put it in the chat, okay? When a small town librarian discovers her life is a best-selling novel, she must find the author before he writes her tragic ending. Where is my conflict? Close, Nyasha, close. It is not tragic ending. The conflict is she must find the author. Yes, there we go. Finding the author. She has to find the author before. That's actually perfect, Devin. Finding the author before. Okay? Because those are the stakes. If she does not find him, she gets a tragic ending, right? So that is, remember, the conflict propels the story forward. Okay? So when we're saying conflict, we are propelling the story forward. I'm going to give you guys another one. In a city where music controls the weather, a rogue DJ's forbidden playlist triggers the storm of a century. Okay, one more time, and we're going to think about what is the conflict and if it was established. Okay, with the authors, this one. In a city where music controls the weather, a rogue DJ's forbidden playlist triggers the storm of the century. Nyasha. Okay, what is our conflict? Oh, close, spooky Sarah, close. Music controls the weather. In a city where music controls the weather, a rogue DJ's forbidden playlist triggers the storm of a century. So what is the conflict? Forbidden music causing a storm, social and physical. Ooh, not us getting deep. Not us getting deep. Okay, not us getting deep off of one sentence. Okay. Okay, yes, so you guys are getting it. You guys are understanding it. Yes, Uncle Vaughn, yes, you guys are getting it. The playlist triggering the storm. The actual conflict, though, is the storm of the century in a way that the storm is actually the antagonist, but the playlist is what triggers that storm. So that's what's propelling the story forward, okay? And if there were a second sentence to this, they would have to actually explain the conflict, okay? I might argue the conflict's trying to stop it. Then that's Steph, that's my girl. So this is just the opening hook sentences that I'm rereading to you guys because the conflict really would be, in this example, the next sentence. And that next sentence, which is blank because I only just did one sentence, but it would be, who is stopping this storm? Who is getting that playlist? Okay. So Steph, absolutely. Unless he wants the storm to change society. Yes, I would say we don't have enough information yet, given that one line. Okay. So now we established conflict. We have examples. The next thing we're going to do is highlight the stakes. Okay. Highlight the stakes. When you are highlighting the stakes, you have to explain what's at stake if the protagonist fails. Okay? You have to explain what is at risk if the protagonist fails. Okay? That sounds like a halftime performance. It really does, actually. Might have been inspired by that. Okay, so highlight the stakes. Explain what's at risk if the protagonist fails. Are we ready for an example? Thanks, Steph. Yes, have them tap. Okay, here's an example. If she doesn't succeed, humanity could lose its free will forever. If she doesn't succeed, humanity could lose its free will forever. Yes? humanities. No. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Remember Dr. Helena Hayes introduced the protagonist? She has an actual whole storyline, okay? Highlight the stakes. The fifth thing, and then we'll get back to Dr. Elena. The fifth thing is conclude with the hook, okay? We are going to conclude with the hook. What I mean by that is you want to end with a sentence that leaves the reader intrigued and wanting more. We open with a hook, we close with a hook, okay? Those are our bookends. It's our synopsis sandwich, okay? A synopsis sandwich. We open with a hook, we close with a hook. In between that, we got our lettuce, our pickles, our burger, okay? The burger is in between the blend, okay? Don't mind me, I'm going to write that down because I just came up with a synopsis sandwich and I want to build a graphic about it. So give me 2 seconds to write that down. Okay, synopsis sandwich. What are the bookends of our synopsis sandwich? I want to hear you guys. I want to see you guys put it in there. Nyasha, yes, synopsis is an extension of your log line in a sense. But I want you guys to forget logline for today and really understand that synopsis has its own structure and its own development. And once you understand that, you will then see that your logline can be pulled from your synopsis, right? Because remember, when we're doing this class, we are working backwards. I'm teaching you guys backwards. We are starting with a glass of water and we are turning it into a puddle, and then taking that puddle and turning it into a river, and then taking that river and turning it into a stream, and then taking that stream and turning it into an ocean. And the reason why we're doing that is because you as a writer, as a creator, you start with the ocean. So you have that locked in. You know how to write to your heart's content. What you don't know is how to take that ocean and bring it all the way down to a glass of water and hand it to someone so that they can take your pride and joy, the thing that you have worked on, your passion that you have put together, that they can drink that glass of water and want more. Okay, so I'm teaching this class from the perspective of someone who is looking at your pitch. So we're starting with a glass of water and expanding out. So with that said, there are going to be times where you have to forget the lesson before, right? So this is an example. Your synopsis is 250 to 500 words. So we are officially looking at a puddle right now, right? If you have that puddle, once you understand that formula, you will then be able to go back to your log line and go, oh, wait a second. I can pull the first sentence out of my synopsis and make it my log line, right? Okay. So that's why there's intention behind how I'm teaching this. So in a way, yes, your log line is the start of your synopsis, but that's because we are moving backwards. In theory, your synopsis is first and your logline is a condensed version of your synopsis, okay? I know that took us all around the mulberry bush, so forgive me for that. Okay, I saw you guys put it in here, our bookends, our sandwich. We are having our synopsis sandwich. We have opening hook, conclude with the hook, okay? So now let's go back over everything that we need for our synopsis structure. We have an opening hook. We introduce the protagonist. We establish the conflict. We highlight the stakes, and we conclude with the hook. So those are 5 elements to creating our synopsis structure. Okay? Oh, Anita. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go back up to these examples, okay? I'm going to give you every example I gave you for each of these 5 areas, each of these 5 elements to our synopsis sandwich, and I'm going to build out a full story for you, okay? So follow along, and I want you to try to identify each one of these, okay? In a dystopian world where memories can be bought and sold, a renegade scientist fights to reclaim her past. Dr. Helena Hayes is a brilliant but haunted neuroscientist who has lost all recollection of her childhood. When a powerful corruption uses her invention for sinister purposes, Elena must risk everything to stop them. If she doesn't succeed, humanity could lose its free will forever. But in her quest for justice, Elena discovers a shocking secret that changes everything. Okay? So that is a whole synopsis that follows this exact structure. Okay? So I'm going to read it again, and I want you guys to identify what the opening hook is, what the closing hook is. Just to be clear, is this story what the homework is based on? No, staff. You guys have to come up with your own, okay? That's the workshop portion of the class. Okay, I'm going to read it again, but I want you guys to, opening hook, I'm going to read, and you tell me every TBD word flashbacks phone name. I'm going to read it, and you guys are going to put in the chat when you hear the opening hook. I want you to put, let's do, I know I always say ones, but let's put a 5 when you hear, well, actually, no. Let's put a 1 when you hear the opening hook. Let's put a 2 when you hear the protagonist. Let's put a 3 when you hear the established conflict. A 4 when you hear the highlighting of the stakes. And 5 when you get the closing hook. Okay? So I'm going to read it again. You're going to put a 1 when you hear the hook, a 2 when you hear the protagonist, 3 when you hear the conflict, 4 when you hear the stakes, and 5 when you hear the closing hook. Okay? So I'm going to read it, and you guys are going to follow along. In a dystopian world where memories can be bought and sold, a renegade scientist fights to reclaim her past. Dr. Elena Hayes is a brilliant but haunted neuroscientist who has lost all recollection of her childhood. When a powerful corporation uses her invention for sinister purposes, Elena must risk everything to stop them. If she doesn't succeed, humanity could be lost. If she does not succeed, humanity could lose its free will forever. But in her quest for justice, Elena discovers a shocking secret that changes everything. You guys did such a great job. Of course you know what I'm doing. Great job. Great job. You guys are right on it. Spooky, what is 6? Spooky Sarah, what is number 6? I really think y'all like me to get up here and yell, okay? I think y'all like me because what is number 6? Spooky, speak for yourself. In fact, let me just pin this, okay? Can you pin that comment, please? What is 6? 6 is what, my love? Don't try to butter nobody up, okay? I know, got people in here confused. Spooky Sarah. That's why we're going to pin this for 55 seconds. That's going to stay up there because you got people thinking they missed something. Okay. Okay, Alien Superstar. I'm so sorry you have a headache, but get some rest. Get some rest. I got your email with the research, so I appreciate that, and I'm going to look through that. Probably not till Thursday, but I will look through it. Yep, 36 seconds, Spooky Sarah. That's going to stay up there because I did not say nothing about no number 6. Okay. I did not. Okay, so how do you guys feel about synopsis structure? How do we feel? How do we feel about that? Do we feel like we understand what it is, what's going on, how, like, 10 out of 10, great, we love that bow, feel good, feel good. Okay, so now what I want to do is give you guys some practical tips, okay? So we know the structure, we know the formula, it's super simplified, but we know that we have to get those 5 elements, right? We have to get those 5 points of structure. Here are some practical tips I want you guys to keep in mind. Does the concluding hook repeat or build upon the opening hook? You want to build because you're building intrigue, right? So let's go back through. The opening hook for the example I gave you guys is a dystopian world where memories can be bought and sold. A renegade scientist fights to reclaim her past, right? Right there, I'm hooked. I'm like, what is that, right? But what we ended with for the hook, but in her quest for justice, Elena discovers a shocking secret that changes everything. So you're giving me another shocker, another surprise, another hook, something that builds on the original curiosity, okay? And for those of us who are writers, this is where you sneak in another story point, You sneak in another story point. Where you sneak in another story point. You sneak in another story point. Okay, battery, not my phone battery being on 20%. Okay, so you want to you're building your story. So remember, the synopsis is the puddle, right? So we have a little bit more room to add in a story plot. And that's what your closing hook can be, okay? So practical tips, are we ready? Focus on clarity. Focus on clarity. Clarity over complexity. I will say it 1,000 times. Do not overcomplicate it. You have one sentence. You have 250 words total. Do not overcomplicate it. Focus on clarity. Avoid getting bogged down in subplots or excessive details. Stick to the core story. Okay? Second, convey the tone. When I read your synopsis, I should know the tone by then. I absolutely should know the tone by then, okay? So convey the tone. Use language that reflects the mood and style of your series. Don't explain your series in my words, right? Like, I use the word like all the time. So when I'm explaining, it could be a comedy, it could be a horror film, it could be a musical. The word like is coming out of my mouth, right? It's going to be like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like. Don't explain it as if it's me. Explain it as if you are in the world. Use the language that would be used in this world. Use the language that supports the tone and the genre that you're operating within, okay? Because your pitch deck is the world that you are building. It is a visual representation, but your content also has to support that. I'm going to use Autumn as an example again. Sorry, Autumn, it's fresh on my brain. But Autumn's pitch deck visually said one thing and contextually said another thing. And there were some overlaps, and those overlaps were, of course, brilliant because Autumn is brilliant, but they were different. You need that world to be succinct because when I'm reading it, I want you to visually tell me what I'm reading, okay? So you want to convey the tone. A third practical tip, be specific. Highlight what makes your show stand out and avoid vague or generic descriptions. This reminds me a little bit of, I want to say, it might have been Dia. Dia, if you're in here. When Dia was giving us all that beautiful imagery around her log line. And it was beautiful, but unnecessary for a log line. Same thing with your synopsis. I need you to be specific, okay? You highlight what makes your show stand out. Avoid vague and generic descriptions, okay? Number 4, this is my last practical tip. Let's see, if we plan to have multiple sessions, we just focus on the first season when doing the synopsis. Yeah, you focus on the first season. First season. Because here's the thing. What you're selling me, and we'll get into this in just a second, what you're selling me is a series. What you're gonna let me figure out is that it's more than one season, right? So you're selling me one season, but you're gonna let me figure out that there's more here, okay? So let me go over the practical tips. There are 4 tips. Focus on clarity, convey the tone, be specific, use active language. Keep the synopsis dynamic by using action-oriented verbs and concise sentences, okay? Action-oriented verbs. Every single one of those examples that I gave you guys from the opening hook, action verbs. They were verbs, okay? Verbs. Struggling chef. Grieving detective. Washed up comedian. You want to be active when you are describing what's going on for your synopsis, okay? Active language. Okay? BRB, guys. Okay, here are some real life examples, okay? First is Abbott Elementary. I'm going to read you the synopsis for Abbott Elementary, and I want you guys to pay attention to how it folds into the structure, okay? You have your opening hook, the protagonist, the conflict, the stakes, the hook, right? It's really easy to see that when it's like a murder mystery or a thriller or something like that. But this is a comedic sitcom, okay? So let's go over this and you guys let me know where you're hearing the hook, the protagonist, the conflict, the stakes, and the closing hook, okay? Ready? In this workplace comedy, a group of dedicated, passionate teachers and a slightly tone-deaf principal are brought together in a Philadelphia public school where, despite the odds stacked against them, they are determined to help their students succeed in life. Though these incredible educators may be outnumbered and underfunded, they love what they do, even if they don't love the school district's less than stellar attitude around educating children. I see you, Leah. So you saw the opening hook, right? Did you guys see the formula in that? Good job, Autumn. Good job. So you guys are seeing it. Our opening hook in the workplace comedy, right? A group of dedicated, passionate teachers, right? Those are our protagonists, right? And we used a verb to describe them. Dedicated, passionate teachers. So now we know who they are. We used active language to describe our protagonists and a slightly tone deaf principle. Active language, using active language. They are brought together in a Philadelphia public school where the odds stack against them, conflict. They are determined to help their students succeed in life. Though these incredible educators may be outnumbered, underfunded, conflict, stakes, they love what they do, even if they don't love the school district's less than stellar attitude toward educating children. Okay? Our opening hook, our protagonists, our conflict, and our high stakes. Can someone tell me what the high stakes are in that description? What are the stakes? I'm waiting. Who's gonna tell me what the You guys, this mic is hilarious because it makes me want to sing. I cannot sing, as you guys can tell. Outnumbered, underfunded. Yes, 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 yes. And even though they are outnumbered and underfunded, they love what they do. Okay, so here are the actual stakes. If they don't love this, even if they don't love the school district's less than stellar attitude toward educating children, those are really the stakes because they have to educate these children even if they're not supported, right? So those are the stakes. You have to, these kids' education is in the hands of the teachers and they have to do it even though they're not supported. Okay, so those are our stakes. It's also our concluding hook because what does that even mean, right? Yes, teaching despite their professional circumstances. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, how many of you guys watched Night Agent? I need to see some ones in the comments if you watched the first episode of Night Agent like you were supposed to. Thank you, Armani. So we have one. Okay, thank you, Lethea. Okay, great, great, great. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Tony, thank you. Do you see, some students I like more than others. Can I say that? Can I say that? Because those are the students that showed up. Okay, those are the students who do their homework. Those are the students that participate in class. Okay? The rest of y'all, I don't know. Okay, but I definitely have teacher's pets. Okay, Lon. Okay, I see you trying to be teacher's pet. I watched the whole series. Okay. I hear you. I applaud you. Oh, I actually can literally applaud you. They should have never, ever gave me sound effects. Not when it came out, though. I take my claps back. Okay, Night Agent. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over the log line for Night Agent, and then we're going to read the synopsis because I want you guys to see the differences in the two things, okay? Night Agent, which is also established IP. For those of you who do not know, it is based off of, I believe it's based off of a book. So it's established IP, which is very, very different. Oh, you know what, Steph? First of all, why do I only have 8,000 likes? See, y'all just, you know what? I think y'all really want me. I think y'all really want me just to yell at y'all. I really do. Because you know what that made me think? That made me look at my link to see who signed up for our webinar/workshop. Pitch it like you mean it. And nobody signed up. Nobody signed up. But I digress. I'm going to check my YouTube channel. And I better have a higher number than 474. Somebody check it, because I don't want to crash out. Somebody got to check it. I do not want to crash out. It should be more than 474. It really should be. If it's not, I'm going to crash out. Somebody check. I'm not doing it. Okay, anyways, back to the lesson. Because y'all be stressing me out. Got me up here doing commercial breaks. And y'all don't even understand. Do you know the knowledge I'm handing y'all? Hopefully it's beneficial to you. I really hope it is. Okay, Night Agent. Are we ready? Not... I love Lon. Lon, I'm going to start acting like I'm a bill collector specifically for you, because you be cracking me up. You're like, I got you on the 1st, on the 15th, or not. Oh, Leah, I got you after this. I'm telling you on Friday. Lon, I'm calling you on Friday. Okay. And then I'm going to call your mama. Okay. Then I'm going to pull your financial aid forms, and I'm going to call everybody that's a reference. Okay. Everybody. Just kidding. Okay, Night Agent. It's established IP, so there's a different way to sort of handle that. But here is the log line. Brought together by a midnight phone call, an FBI agent and a cybersecurity expert must unravel an ever-growing web of political conspiracy. Okay? Not you too, Steph. We get paid on the 15th. I absolutely love you guys. I really do. You guys crack me up. Okay, I'm going to read that log line one more time. This is the log line for Night Agent that you are supposed to be watching, because the executive producer of this series is going to be on our live pitch workshop on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay? 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Nicole Toussaint, who is one of the executive producers, is coming on the show. The other thing about Nicole that you guys should also pay attention to is the production company that Nicole works for, they're actively looking for pitches. So I'm just saying, they're actively looking for pitches. Every class, somebody gets on here talking about, how do I get it in front of producers and networks and production? How do I do it? You do it on Sunday. Okay, you do it on Sunday. You do it in this class. You show up to this class. There's about 50 of y'all in here right now. I guarantee you at least 10 of the people that are in this class are people that I know that are looking for things. So be in this class. Pay attention in this class. Show up in this class. Be here on Sunday. Okay, because the woman is looking for stuff. Okay, I'm not saying hijack the live and pitch like you're crazy, but listen to what she's saying. Ask her the question. Show up in the space as someone who really wants to take this seriously and really wants the opportunities. Okay, sometimes you got to make them. And this is an example of how you make one. Okay. Okay. Oh, these mini lectures. Whew, child, I'm thirsty now. I don't want to mess up my red lipstick. Okay, log line for Night Agent. Brought together by a midnight phone call, an FBI agent and a cybersecurity expert must unravel an ever-growing web of political conspiracies. Okay, that's the log line. That's the log line. Remember, short 1 to 2 sentence summary. That's the log line. Here is the synopsis of the same show. Okay. Thirsty? Want a glass of water? Want to hear my pitch? Ebold, you ain't funny. Okay, you ain't funny. The Night Agent is an American action thriller series created by Sean Ryan based on Matthew Quirk's novel. The show follows FBI agent Peter Sutherland, who, while monitoring an emergency line, answers a call that plunges him into a deadly conspiracy involving a mole at the White House. To save the nation, he embarks on a desperate hunt for the traitor while protecting former tech CEO Rose Larkin from the people who murdered her aunt and uncle. Excuse me. Okay, so that one, let's talk about how that follows the formula. But I want to give it the caveat of this. Because it is intellectual IP, when they wrote this, they wanted to establish that first. Because that is a hook, not for me, not for you, but for the person who's spending the money to get this made. It is a hook because they now know there is established intellectual property. Okay? When you have established intellectual property, that is a hook. That is a bonus because that tells me there's already a following. There's already an audience. People will show up. At the very least, the 12 million people who read the book will probably show up to watch the series. Okay? So that's why this hook feels a little convoluted, but it is not. The Night Agent is an American action thriller series created by Sean Ryan, who is a big deal, based on Matthew Quirk's novel. Established intellectual property by a well-known writer, creator, producer, right? So this is where, past the intellectual property, here's where I think is the actual start of the synopsis, okay? The show follows FBI agent Peter Sutherland, who, while monitoring an emergency line, answers a call that plunges him into a deadly conspiracy involving a mole at the White House. To save the nation, he embarks on a desperate hunt for the traitor while protecting former tech CEO Rose Larkin from the people who murdered her aunt and uncle. Okay? So I see Ebold, you're putting a 2 because you saw the protagonist. So let's talk about introducing the protagonist. Do you see, for those of you who watch the show, you know that Peter and Rose are the 2 biggest characters for that series. They are the 2 main characters. But only one is our protagonist. Our protagonist is Peter. So Peter is at the top of this. He is described as an FBI agent. The show follows him. While monitoring an emergency line, he answers a call that plunges them into a deadly conspiracy. That's our conflict. Plunges them into a deadly conspiracy involving a mole at the White House. That is our established conflict. To save the nation, he embarks on a desperate hunt for the traitor while protecting former tech CEO Rose Larkin from the people who murdered her aunt and uncle. So we are looking at our stakes. Right? He has to save the nation. In order to save the nation, he has to embark on a desperate hunt for the traitor. Another level of stakes, another added conflict is he has to do that while protecting CEO Rose Larkin from the people who murdered her aunt and uncle. So Rose is not part of our conflict. Rose is not part of our stakes. Rose is part of our conflict. She is another layer of conflict. Okay? Does that make sense, everyone? Are we seeing how we got our opening hook, our protagonist, our conflict, our stakes, and our closing hook, right? Because what the hell is going to happen? I mean, we know because we've all watched the entire series. Yes, we have. That's a trick question. We all know how this ends. Thank you, Bo. Okay, so do we understand with that example of the log line and the synopsis, can you guys see the difference in the 2? Owen is from The Recruit. I'm Peter, I swear they are so similar. I know, I haven't watched The Recruit. I think I saw his new episodes and I'm like, I don't know if I can get into that right now. Yes, log line is short. But if you notice, the log line is not giving me plot details. The synopsis is giving me plot details, which is synonymous with conflict. Conflict 1, conflict 2, conflict 3. And those are the things that drive the plot along. They drive the story. They appeal to the main themes, the central themes of whatever your project is. Okay. So now, before we get into our next part, I'm going to go into synopsis versus summary, and we're going to get more into Stranger Things. But I want to wait. Did I put in there, or did I just do Night Agent? Yes, we're going to get a little bit into Stranger Things. So if you guys watch the first 8 minutes, that's really all you need to watch. but I encourage you to watch the whole episode, okay? Okay, so quick commercial break. You guys know I hate doing these, but they're absolutely vital, okay? Commercial break. Steph is not in here, so I need someone to start pinning stuff for me, okay? So, notes, which I think, Alicia, you are... I don't think Alicia's in here, actually. So, commercial break. What are the... Oh, there you are. Hi, Steph. I thought you left us. I thought you left us for a little while. I think I might end when ST ends. Really? 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 You might. Is it that serious? Lon, is it that serious? Okay, quick commercial break. You know what I'm going to say? First and foremost, go buy the guide. If you haven't purchased it, go purchase it. Here's why. Because, also side note, you guys, I think I'm getting better at the commercial breaks because I used to cringe so bad to have to do these and have to say this. I would cringe. But now I'm getting a little more comfortable. Okay. Go purchase the guide. Here's why. All the information that we talk about in this class is in your guide. The guide was designed and built from the syllabus of this class. It was divine time that it all came together when it did, but it coincides. It is your companion piece. It is your cliff notes. If you miss a class, you have the notes already. If you want to follow along, I try to put visuals up on the screen, as you can see right here. That's all inside of your guide. So if you have it, follow along with it. If you want to purchase it, it definitely makes the class a lot easier and things go a lot more swimmingly. Another reason to buy it is just a great way to support your professor. I designed it as a way to support me while I teach these classes for free. I want to keep the space as free as possible for the masses. So buying and purchasing the guide also helps with that, okay? Second thing I want you to do in our commercial break is join our Patreon community. Our Patreon community has different tiers. The free tier is absolutely perfectly fine for you to join. I just want you to be part of the community. I want you to be in the space where we talk about things creatively. We talk about pitch decks. We talk about television production. There's articles I'm going to put up. There's a community that we're building there. It is, if you are taking this class, the place where you turn in your homework. It's the place where you see other people's homework. This is the place, I mean, not so that you can cheat, but just so you can get an idea of what we're doing, what we're learning, and who's getting an A and who's not, okay? So Patreon community is where it is at, okay? You can access our group chats. There's a creative community, early access to class rewinds, which I don't think I said this to you guys early. Every class gets reposted on YouTube 1 week later. I will post it in our Patreon for a specific tier the following day. Okay, so homework discussion boards are there on Patreon, and any kind of updates for me and my production company and just any of my business, honey, I put it on Patreon. So join the community, and that is all available on our free tier. The second tier is the pitch crew tier, which is tailored to this class. Same with the guide. When you join that tier, you will get help building out your pitch deck outside of assignments. So you guys get class assignments. This is for people who have a concept or an idea and they want to create a pitch deck that doesn't have anything to do necessarily with a class, but their own project. You will also, for signing up, get access to the ultimate guide to creating a pitch deck for a scripted series, which is the guide for this class. You can pay $18.99 right now on Stan Store, or you can join our Patreon group for $25, have the guide and the following things. One-on-one office hours, you can schedule 15 minutes with me once a month, and we will go over any questions that you have, whether it's school, whether it's courses, whether it's TV production in general, whether it's your specific pitch deck, you get that for free. Early access to assignments and articles centered around the current week's lesson. For example, the people in the pitch crew tier, they have a copy of the Stranger Things pitch deck, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. They have that for free. And it's not so much that it's free necessarily. It's just that it is. They have that for free. And it's not so much that it's free necessarily. It's just that it is for them to find it. Okay. Next, free access to Pitch Like You Mean It. Pitch Like You Mean It is a live pitch workshop with a small group of 5 people. Okay. It is me and 5 people, and you guys get to do your pitches, talk about your pitch deck. I will give you constructive criticism. We will go over it. We will spend time dedicated to working with you basically what you see me do on a live pitch workshop, I will do for you guys in a small group. That is the pitch it like you mean it. That right now is on the link in my bio. You can go there and find it. That is normally $125 to do that. But while I am on live, you guys can get it for $65. If you are part of the pitch crew, you can be an invisible sixth person during, who are the, Leslie, the 5 people are 5 other students. Okay, I'm the main character, so hopefully you're okay with that. So if you are part of the pitch crew, once a quarter, you can sit in on one of those, okay, at no cost. Also, network virtual meetups, we're going to do that once a quarter, and then you automatically get 10% discount on all products. I'm working all that out, so I probably shouldn't have said that, but I'm trying to figure out how to apply that across the board to everything. I can easily do it in Patreon, but I don't put a lot of stuff in Patreon. Okay, so that is our Patreon. The next and last and final thing is go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. My goal is to get 500 by the end of the week. So please, 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 please. I guess that's technically begging. Don't make me beg. Okay, just go to the YouTube and subscribe. I had 474 subscribers. If I go check, in fact, let me check now. Because when it gets around 9:15-ish, I'm ready to yell at y'all. I am ready. So let's check this out. Let's see. Guys. We have 482 subscribers on YouTube. My heart's warmed. I'm not going to check the Stan store. I'm not going to check Patreon because I want to ride this feeling, okay? Because I feel very excited to have 482 subscribers on YouTube. I really am, okay? Very excited about this, okay? I know, let's make it 500. Let's go. I'm hoping by the end of the week. But also, I still need to post last week's assignment, so I'm going to do that when we get off of here. Or last week's class. So I'm going to do that, so maybe that'll get us more, but we're so excited. Okay, enough of the commercial break. Let's go back to class. Okay, now back to class. Synopsis versus summary. Oh, give myself a clap. Stop it, guys. Please sit down. The standing ovation is too much. Please, everyone sit down. That would be me. Okay, synopsis versus summary. Why do you think this is important? I want you guys to give me some guesses. Why do you think that's important? Why do you think it's important to know the difference between synopsis and summary? Give me your wildest guess. You guys, my makeup does look cute today. Adding intrigue, not just plot. E-bold. Okay. Summary is the river. Okay, Nash. Nash is holding tight to #1 student, okay? Summary is longer. Lethea, yes, but that's not the biggest difference. But yes, you are correct. One uses consist. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming you mean one is more concise. Short and sweet. Summary is in depth. Okay. These are all amazing guesses. Summary tells all the events, and synopsis is like the sizzler. Yes. All of these are right in alignment, but I'm going to break this down for you in a very cup of water kind of way. Okay? Because remember, the reason why we're learning this backwards is because I want you guys to understand how the person reading your pitch is going to absorb it, okay? Actually, give me 1 second, guys. My battery is about to die, so I have to figure out. Sorry, y'all. You're getting an exclusive look into my apartment. You guys. Sorry, I have to figure out how... Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm actually... If I accidentally turn you guys off, please forgive me. I'm trying to... My phone is about to die, so I need to put it on the charger. Actually, okay, do you guys mind if where's Harrison? He is running around back here. You guys, I'm going to put you on pause for 2 seconds, okay? Do not go anywhere. Cancel. Wait, I actually forgot how to pause the live. Okay, I'm pausing you guys for like 5 seconds, okay? Okay, I'm back. Okay. The thing with having burner phones and having 50 million of them is some of them have USB, they have different USBs, right? So some are this guy and this guy. And then some are, I don't even know. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, but we're good now. Okay, what did I miss, guys? What did I miss? What did I miss? Were you guys talking about me? Mm-hmm. 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 I see. Oh, you're snowed in? Oh, that's so fun. That is so incredibly fun. Okay. So, okay, I'm back on track. Give me some ones if you guys can hear me, if you're dialed back in, if I didn't totally throw off the vibes because I didn't have a charger. So show me some ones so I feel connected again. Thank you. Thank you. Child, it is a whole mess over here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so don't allow. Okay, yay, Jocelyn with the 111. Okay, so synopsis versus summary. You guys gave some great examples of why you think there's a difference or what the difference is. Here is the only difference that actually matters, okay? Your synopsis is to sell the story. Your summary is to inform me of the plot. That's it. That is the practical definition, the practical difference between the two. Synopsis is to sell it. You are selling me on the story. The summary is to inform me of the story plot. Okay? That, once I understood that was a game changer for me. My summary is to inform you. So I'm giving you the information in my summary. The synopsis is to sell the story, right? So whoever's watching it, this is your time to sell them on it. Think commercial, not an hour-long scripted series. It is a commercial for that hour-long series. The summary is a condensed version of the hour-long series, okay? But keep in mind, always in the back of your mind, the synopsis is going to sell it, okay? Does that make sense to everyone? Let me see some ones. Let me see some ones, honey. Okay, synopsis. Now let's get into the actual definition aside from the practical part, okay? A synopsis is a concise, structured overview of the series, typically covering the premise, the main character, and the central conflict. So you're going to hear this over and over again. At every point in your pitch deck, you're going to hear some version of those three things. The premise, the main character, the central conflict. What does that sound like to you guys? You guys have heard me say this before. Where else have you heard me say this? What other lesson have you heard me say? Premise, main character, conflict, and some version of that. Let me see in the chat. Premise, main character, central conflict. You're going to find that all throughout your pitch deck. It should be emphasized. It should be so obvious all throughout. Yes, Leah, it is your synopsis, but if you were also here for week 1, it's part of the formula for your log line. Gotta go, dinner time. Okay, bye, Bo TB. We appreciate it. You're going to find that it's part of the formula for your log line. It's also going to be part of the formula for your synopsis. There's just a different emphasis on things as you are building out your ocean, right? Okay, so synopsis. The purpose is to give a quick, compelling snapshot of the series. The length, usually 1 paragraph. My synopsis is 1 paragraph, okay? Here's an example. Now we're getting into our Stranger Things. Here's an example of a synopsis. In the 1980s town of Hawkins, Indiana, a young boy's disappearance leads his friends to uncover a government conspiracy. A mysterious girl with supernatural abilities and a terrifying creature from another dimension. Okay, that is the synopsis. I'm going to read this again. And this is the synopsis not from the pitch deck, okay? This is the synopsis from the actual series. We'll get into how the pitch deck is a lot different, okay? So in the 1980s town of Hawkins, Indiana, a young boy's disappearance leads his friends to uncover a government conspiracy, a mysterious girl with supernatural abilities, and a terrifying creature from another dimension. Now, actually, this is Stranger Things. If you are part of the Pitch Crew tier on Patreon, the first 8 minutes are on there. I grabbed it from YouTube. You guys can find it too if you look for it. So there are multiple synopses. Yes, Nash. So there is the synopsis on your pitch deck, right? And that is what we are learning how to do. That is what we are putting together. Then, once it gets picked up and it's bought, and now they're airing it on Netflix, that synopsis might change. Here's why it changed for Stranger Things. Stranger Things is actually not the original name, and it's not how it was originally pitched. Okay, apparently I did not send that over. So let me see. It was, I really thought I sent these over already. Okay, give me 2 seconds as I move this over for you guys. Because Stranger Things' original name was actually Montauk, and it was based off of Montauk, Long Island. Let's see. And it's not Indiana. So I'm dropping those in. The name. So I'm dropping those in. The name of a spooky place. Yes, there you go, Tony. It was originally Montauk. Perfect. So that's why that particular, let's see, I don't know why this is, that's why that particular synopsis changed, but it also changes for a lot of these things, right? Because once it's bought and it's put together, things could have changed about it, but then now you have to package it. Okay, and so that could be an outside firm coming in and going, oh, this is a more SEO appropriate synopsis. It's going to get picked up more. So it could be anything like that. Something is very simple as that. Let's see if it's up here. Get rid of you. And then bring you back. So they do change. I don't know why this is not doing this. You guys, I think my, is tired of me. I think my laptop and my computer are like, why do we have to work in conjunction all the time? They are like, why? Laptop and my computer are like, why do we have to work in conjunction all the time? They are like, why? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We don't want that though. We want this. You guys, for some reason, my camera is not, it's not being picked up. Let me see. Okay. Oh, that's why it's so small. Can you guys see that? So this is the original, title page for Montauk or Stranger Things. So Stranger Things was originally Montauk. And if you can see, is that big enough for you guys to see? Let's see. We'll make it super big. It's so blurry because it's so small. Actually, I wonder if I could do this. This might actually work better. I'm going to try this. Okay, I'm going to try this. You guys let me know how this works out. Okay. Because I got a lot of stuff in the way. So you let me know if this works. Let's see. Where'd it go? Sorry, guys. I know there's a way for me to... I'm just going to flip the camera. Okay. How is that? Can you guys see that? Do you guys see that? I love that. Okay, so here's what I love about this. So the original series is called Montauk, based off a really creepy town. I mean, the town's not creepy, but it is a town in Long Island. Not you have ADHD, Autumn. Not you have ADHD. Okay, so here's the cover page. When you look at the cover title, you can tell right now there's an abandoned bike. Kids, there's a satellite in the background. Like you can see, there's a satellite, there's an abandoned bike, there's a dirt road with no one living on that dirt road. So clearly something happened, okay? So then we have our introduction, right? Which this would typically be your log line. So the other thing with this is more of a show Bible than it is a pitch deck, but show Bibles and pitch decks for scripted series are very close, very hand in hand. So sometimes you may get one and not the other. So if we can see this, Montauk is an 8-hour sci-fi horror pick set in Long Island in 1980 and inspired by the supernatural classics of that era. We explore the crossroads where the ordinary meets the extraordinary, right? If that ain't a tagline, I don't know what is. Yes, Montauk is famous for government psych experiments. Okay, emotional, cinematic, and rooted in character, Montauk is a love letter to the golden age of Steven Spielberg, Stephen King, a marriage of human drama and supernatural fear. So that's what I love most about this pitch deck. They literally said the whole vibe and the whole tone of this is based off of classic 80s films. Steven Spielberg, Stephen King. Okay, which brings us to imagery. This is a scene from E.T. Also, the pitch crew, let me know if you guys got the links. I don't know if I put them in there, but I have the links to this website where you can screen grab a lot of these scenes from movies. So you can see here, there's another one. This is actually not a movie. This is from Montauk, Long Island. So this is actually in Montauk. But there's a link, I don't know if I put it in there, and you guys can go to, it's like a library of movies, and it's just screen grabs from different scenes from different movies. Autumn, let me see, it might be in the pitch, I might have dropped it in there. Yes, that was what was in the background behind the bike, yes. So then we get here to story, which this is the summary. Okay, but you can see it's paired with, this is also Close Encounters of the Third Kind, right? So you see how the tone has been like steeped in exactly what they wanted it to be. They wanted it to feel like it's, let's see, is it Shot Deck? It might be. Epiphany, I don't know how long the semester is. I'm just the teacher, okay? We got 10 lessons. So if you want to be here for 10 weeks, great. I think that's what it is. But we'll just teach. I'm doing this nonstop because I love it. Anyways, so this is why I love this pitch deck so much, because they literally explain to you in every second of this pitch deck that they want it to be 80s. They want it to feel like Steven Spielberg and Stephen King. Okay, so we absolutely know and understand. Actually, Epiphany, it's 10. And it's all about pitch decks and production TV production. But I think the next semester, like whenever that starts, I think I want to shift, in addition to pitch decks, I am thinking about shifting into more of the writing and specifically how to do interview style television. So I don't know. Okay, so this is structure. Structure is also important and we love it. Can you guys see that? I just want to make sure. Tone and style. They can, by the time we get to this page, we already know what the tone and style is. But just to let us know, 1980 is. But just to let us know, 1980. Do you see how like they literally committed to it and they didn't have to create. Do you see how like they literally committed to it and they didn't have to create original art. They were able to go, hey, I want it to look like this. And they put that in there. So you can find things that match what you're looking for. You don't have to go to AI to make it happen. You don't have to like learn Canva for hours upon hours to make it happen. Okay. These links are made available on the Pitch Crew Patreon. Yes, Steph. Thank you, Steph. Okay, more. One of my favorite movies, Stand By Me, 1986. And this is when they talk about the kids. So the other reason why I like this is the way they did the characters. They said, hey, these are the kids. Here's the outsider, which is 11. And guess who they compared 11 to? Firestarter. Firestarter from 1984. My Canvas skills are non-existing. Yes. Then the teenagers. The teenagers are compared to Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Then the adults. And the adults are compared to Jaws. A little bit oblivious. One character in particular cares about solving it, while every other adult around is like, what? Huh? I don't understand. That's what happened in Jaws, and that's exactly how Stranger Things plays out. Okay, so then franchise potential, we'll get into all of that. But, sometimes you want to let them come to the conclusion of that. Yes. That, but, sometimes you want to let them come to the conclusion of that. Yes. We don't want to waste it. Okay, so does that help us a little bit with understanding synopsis and understanding the importance of tone within it? See, perhaps, maybe, I don't know. I can't hear anybody. Are people there? Hello? Is this thing on? It actually is on. Because if you were here over the weekend, I was using the mic and it was not turned on. But there's a little light. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys straight up just the key differences between summary and synopsis, okay? The synopsis, it is short, a few sentences. The summary, longer, a paragraph to a full page for your summary, okay? Synopsis, it is to sell the concept. Summary is to explain the story in detail. The focus of your synopsis should be premise and main conflict. The summary, the focus of the summary is plot progression and character development, okay? Use case for synopsis. You use the synopsis for your pitch decks, your log line, your marketing. Your summary is used for reviews, recaps, and analysis, okay? So I just want you guys to start thinking about that. those two in comparison, because one is your puddle and one is going to be your stream. Okay, so I'm going to go over those differences again. The length, your synopsis is short versus your summary, which is longer, paragraphs to a full page. Synopsis is 200, maybe 500 words. Your summary can be an entire page. The purpose, your synopsis, the purpose is to sell the concept. Always remember that. Your synopsis is to sell the concept. If your synopsis does not make me want to buy it, if your synopsis does not make me want to read more and get involved in it, then you have not done a synopsis. You have not captured at least the bare bones minimum of those 5 synopsis sandwich points, okay? Or 5 synopsis sandwich ingredients. We'll call them that, okay? The purpose of your summary is to explain the story in detail. Okay, so I just want to say that again, because I feel like the purpose really will help you in those wee hours of you trying to dwindle down your summary to meet your synopsis. The purpose, synopsis is to sell. Sell, sell, sell. Summary is to explain the story. Synopsis is to sell the concept. Summary is to explain the story in detail. Okay? Focus. Your synopsis is premise, main conflict. Premise, main conflict. We get our opening hook, our closing hook. In between that, I want to know the protagonist. I want to know the stakes. I want to know the conflict. Okay? For when you need to use one or the other. You're going to use your synopsis in pitch decks, log lines, and marketing. Your summary is for reviews, recaps, and analysis. Because again, the summary tells the story. Synopsis is to sell. Summary is to inform. Synopsis is to sell. Summary is to inform. Okay? Pop quiz. Pop quiz. What is your synopsis for? What is the purpose? No cheating stuff by penning it for them. What is the... Thank you. Thank you, Nyasha. Nyasha gets an A+ today. Okay. Everybody else is just copying Nyasha because she really is the one paying attention. You guys are just, she's carrying you guys on her back. I'm just saying, she's carrying you guys on her back. So, I don't know. She's doing a lot of work. She's doing a lot of work for you guys, okay? Synopsis, sell the concept. What is your summary for? What is the purpose of your summary? I see we have no answers. Okay. Yes, Dana. Yes. Looks like Dana is carrying you guys on her back. Okay. She is carrying the class on her back. Okay. And I don't know if the rest of the slackers in the class understand how hard it is to carry the entire class on their back. Okay? It just really... Eshe, no! Eshe_life. Okay? No, ma'am. No, sir, ma'am. Because I don't know if you're a sir or a ma'am. But it's a no. Okay? No. It is to sell the concept, okay? In order to do that, you do have to hook the reader. But the purpose is to sell the concept, okay? Nash, you and this arthritis, okay? I don't believe you. Okay? Okay, so I'm glad we understand that. Okay. Now, what else did I want to teach you guys? Oh, you guys, that's it. That is class. Here's the workshop part. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we have to come up with a story, okay, so that we can get to our homework, because y'all be stressing me out. I had to do 2 commercial breaks during this class, okay? 2 commercial breaks. Do you know how stressful that is? That is so stressful. Pitch it like you mean it. Speaking of, you guys better sign up for Pitch It Like I Mean It, because the minute I get off of this, it's going up to 125. Okay? It's going up to 125. And then y'all going to be talking about, can we negotiate a price? And then I'm going to have to tell y'all no. I'm going to have to tell y'all no. I don't know, maybe. Tiffany did a good thing for you guys today. She did a very good thing for you guys today. You guys, I'm trying to find my notes because, we got a theme. There's a theme song. Was I humming? I was singing, wasn't I? Lord. You guys, I do it so much, I forget. I really do. Okay, I cannot find it. Oh my God. You guys, I can't find. I suppose it can be anything, but I had a specific story thing I wanted you guys to come up with. And let me just see. Where did I put it? Did I put it here or did I put it here? I'm finding it. You guys, I'm so bummed. I'm so bummed. I had the perfect story guidelines for us to create a story. And then I did not. Okay, so anyways, let's just get our homework assignment. Okay, so for our workshop today, we're going to create a group story premise, okay? Here's an example of what I mean when I say group story premise. This is one. A group of friends get trapped in a small town. Okay, that's it. That's the premise, okay? So I want you guys in the comments to give me some ideas for premise, okay? A story premise, not story plot, not a log line, not a summary, not a synopsis, a premise. An example is a group of friends get trapped in a small town. Something as basic as that, okay? Let me see what y'all got. Let me see. A pitch crew cheer. Oh, Lord. See, this is why I don't see all your comments all the time, because y'all be wilding out. And then I don't see nothing. Y'all are not talking at all. Okay? A group of friends get trapped in a small town. That cannot be the premise. Okay, what am I looking at? Tiffany, of zombies. Zombies! Tiffany, I fear you may have peaked in class already with the negotiating down of the guide, because that was peak eliteness, okay? Zombies, I don't know if you can come back from that. Group of friends enter a time warp. Okay. A single mom gives birth in a supermarket alone. Ooh. A group of astrologers work to create new signs. That's interesting. 3 priests are trapped on Satanic Island. That is intense. A group of friends hunting down a killer on campus. Ooh. A trio of archaeologists discover the true fountain of youth. Okay, now it's just really trying to be number one. I see it. I see you, girl. I see you trying to be number one. Sorry, I'm in 2 class. Tiffany! What are you, Hermione? Are you Hermione Granger? How are you in 2 classes at the same time? Are you time traveling? Oh, Nash, what is yours? Oh. A man loses his soul in a bar bet. Ooh, that is actually really interesting. That's really interesting. It's really interesting. Founding fathers come to modern day America. Okay, Ebold, I almost fell asleep with that one, but I'm gonna let you cook. One on my cell, and you're Tiffany, you about to get blocked. Okay? You about to get blocked. Okay, you do not then try to explain to me that you're in 2 different classes, and I'm not even the main one. What? Did you say I'm on the mobile? What am I? Okay, maybe I am on the laptop, so maybe there's a little hierarchy, but you're about to be blocked. Okay. A family of 4 makes a wrong turn into a town stuck in the 60s. Ooh. Nash, you know what? Never mind. Nash is hilarious. No! Wait, did I miss Spooky Sarah's too? Their last 4 people and have to restart the world. Interesting. A little boring though, Last Avatar. We've seen that countless times. I mean, we've seen all of these countless times, but I thought a group premise meant involved a group of friends. People, a group of seniors go speed dating. The seniors, you know, I love the seniors. Not we all come with yes, we all come up with a premise. Former Harlem Globetrotter hosts a field day for seniors. Ooh, Nasha, you just dropped down on the list. You were number 1. You were number 1. Now you have dropped. You probably like an 8. You probably dropped to 8 with that one. Let me see. Okay. I like all of these. Well, 90% of them. Let me see. A group of friends enter a time warp. A man loses. I like a man loses his soul in a bar. I like that because there's so many things you could do with that. Soulless man. Single mom gives birth in a supermarket alone. As in, like, she's by herself. Supermarket birth. Okay. I like the archaeologists discover true fountain of youth. Archaeologist, fountain of youth. Let's see. A group of friends at their high school reunion. Steph. Nash. Oh, Nash, did I not read yours again? Oh, no, I did. They get trapped in an abandoned ghost town, a mystery that leads them to a portal. Okay, Tails Maddox. That is not a premise. That is a log line. That is a lovely log line. We need a premise. Founding father, Ebold. How did you make me read that again? Can I block the comment, Ebold? Because that one put me to sleep. One on myself. Okay. Now I'm reliving Tiffany saying she's in 12 classes at one time. Yes, Autumn. Tiffany is Hermione. A family of 4 makes a wrong turn. I like this one, Lethea. Family, wrong turn. Okay. Let's see. Last people on Earth. Nope. A government official discovers a secret group within government. That's good. A band of theater kids start a new religion. Ebold. That's really good. I really like that one. I can't come up with stuff on the fly. Autumn. I'm not talking to you, Autumn. Nice read now. A group of friends get trapped in a horror film. A group of friends from Europe travel to USA and get stuck in a sundown town and try to survive. Leslie, that is a log line. That is not a premise. That's a full, I have subjects, I have conflict, I have plot. It was so scared of getting kicked out. I will block you from the class, okay? A group of friends trapped in a small town of zombies. Oh, here comes the zombies. We're not doing zombies. Okay, here's what I'm liking. This is what we're going to vote on. Steph, I need you to help me with this. Man loses his soul in the bar is number 1. Mom gives birth in a supermarket is number 2. Archaeologists find a fountain of youth, number 3. I think those are the 3 I like. Okay, so I need you guys to put 1, 2, or 3 in the comments. 1, man loses his soul in the bar. 2, mom gives birth in a supermarket. 3, archaeologists find a fountain of youth. I think I see a lot of 3s. Oh, I see a lot of 1s. Okay. 3 and 1. Autumn is the only one who got 2. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. Okay, so with that, we're going to scratch out 2. Man loses his soul in a bar or Fountain of Youth. 1 or 3. 1 or 3. Ooh, I feel like that looks like that's close. That is really close. Let me see. Ooh, that's really close. Can someone count all these up? I feel like, ooh, I thought 3 was winning, but 1 might be winning. Defiant Feminine, you only get 1 vote. You can't put 3 ones. Can a Fountain of Youth turn them into zombies? Tiffany! First of all, Tiffany, you are taking 12 classes at one time, and you're about to be blocked from this one, okay? I know, I feel like 1 is winning. Lost Letters, Unlock the Dead. Anita verse. First of all, Anita, how many profiles do you have? How many profiles do you have? I don't want to have to research archaeology. Fair enough. Oh, I can do a poll. Leah, you have become number 1. Clearly state your question and what the default options are. Okay, vote. Okay, are you ready? This is weird. Okay, we're doing a poll. Smiley face is soulless man. Crying face is archaeology. Okay, smiling face is number 1. Cry face is Fountain of Youth. Ooh. No, you have to put it. You have to do the poll. You have to do the poll. Yes. Ooh, it's so close. It's close, y'all. It's close. Whoever gets to 10 first. Whoever gets to 10. Oh, it looks like 7 and 8. 7 and 8. What happened? Why did it stop? Wrong text. Right, love. The Anita-verse? Please vote. Oh, the poll is ending in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guess what we're writing about? A man loses his soul in the bar. Not vote for 3, y'all. Not Nash trying to sway y'all. Well, our group story premise is a man loses his soul in a bar. That's all we're giving you, okay? A man loses his soul in a bar. Okay? Did we write that down? A man loses his soul in a bar. Okay? Yes, Nash, you're giving it away. Okay, did we write that all down? Do we have that? Because this is your homework. Are you ready? Actually, let me write it here so I don't forget. A man loses his soul in a bar. Here is your homework. It is not due Sunday, okay? Here is your homework. You are going to take that premise. You are going to build a synopsis. You're going to do 3 synopses, okay, of the same premise. I want one of those to be each of those to be a different genre. So we have drama, thriller, comedy, horror, historical fiction, police procedural, etc., etc. Pick 3 different genres and create 3 synopses to fit within those genres around this premise. Okay, do you guys understand that? I think I explained it kind of in a complicated way, but let me know that you understand the assignment. Let me know. Got it. And Anita, don't get on here tonight and post the assignment, okay? Anita be posting, like, I'm on the live and Anita's dropping it in the Patreon. Okay? Always. Always. Because I'm not looking at it, Anita, tonight. I'm not. I still got to catch up on a week 1 assignment. I'm still doing grades for that. Okay. Okay. Yes, understood. You guys, I like the poll. I'm going to do that more often. Thank you. Okay. No, I'm still figuring out week 1 because it was a lot and it's so good and I have so much information and I'm always like, so it could be anything as long as it has that premise is in those genres. Yes. And most importantly, wait, not my airdrop coming through now. Most importantly, we want to follow this format, this synopsis structure. Okay. This is not due Sunday. It's due the following Sunday, because what you do with that is also, there's a part 2 that comes next week, okay? Because we're going to talk about tone and genre next week in more in-depth ways. But I want you guys to pick a genre you like. Like, there's no set, like I listed off a couple, but there's no set specific list to work off of. If you want to write a drama, if you want to do a musical, if you want to do a thriller, if you want to do a psychological thriller, if you want to do a police procedural, if you want to do a period piece, and you just have to sell me on it however you do it. And you have to do 3 versions. Okay. Thank you, Nash. February 23rd. Yes. Oh my God. February is going to go by so fast. Okay. Do we have it? Do we understand it? Okay. Now Q&A, guys. Any questions about anything that I can answer for you tonight before we close out class? Oh, genre options? Yes, here's a couple. Drama, thriller, comedy, horror, historical fiction, police procedural. So that's 6 options right there. There are more, but those kind of cover it. It can be animation, it can be anything. I want you guys to take that premise, get creative, and then get creative 2 more times. Dana, there you can just Google different types of genres. I don't want you guys to feel like you're beholden to a list because there's so many options. There are so many options. Again, drama, thriller, comedy, horror, historical fiction, police procedural, musicals, animation or animated series. Yeah, there's so many. Does the Patreon list dates we meet? This is my first class and want to make sure I'm here. Leah, so glad to have you here. Join the Patreon. Okay? Welcome to class. Our class is every Tuesday and Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then Sundays, we do our live pitch workshop. And that is where people pitch their ideas and or we do interviews with industry professionals. So this week we are talking to the executive producer of Night Agent. Did somebody say do a commercial? Oh, Lethea, y'all really want me to win. I know it. Y'all really want me to win. And I love it. But I begin stressed out. Okay. But I'm going to do it. Okay. I'm going to do it. Oh, wait, before I do that, next week, establishing genre and tone. Sunday is 7:30 p.m. Eastern as well, Leah. Establishing genre and tone. Okay? That's next week. Okay, so my last commercial before we go, and then I'm gonna do the commercial, then we're gonna do quick Q&A, and then class will be over. You guys did a fantastic job today. As always, I'm extremely grateful that you guys are here and feel very privileged and blessed that you guys show up to class every day and let me yap about the thing I love to yap about. Okay, commercial number 1, purchase the guide. The guide right now is $18.99. The minute I close out of this live, it's going up to $25, okay? Because Tiffany negotiated a rate for you guys that only lasted for the time this live was on, okay? So good job, Tiffany. We're proud of you. And y'all better take advantage of it, okay? Buy the guide. The reason why you buy the guide is because all of these notes, the visuals that I show you guys, you can follow along in the guide. You can also purchase the guide through the link in my bio. You can also join our Patreon at the Pitch Crew level, and that is $25, and you get the book free, plus a plethora of other wonderful things, okay? So purchase the guide. Number 2, while you are there, join our Patreon. That is the community in which you will get reminders about assignments. Everything that we talk about here, it is extended through there. We have a homework discussion board. You put your homework in the chat, okay? I make a chat group for your homework. So at the very least, you have to be part of our Patreon community, okay? Absolutely need to be part of our Patreon community. Once you're in there, there are different tiers. You can figure out which tier you want. The newest tier is the Pitch Crew tier, which is specifically tailored for this class. It will help you build your pitch decks, and that's outside of this class. If you just have a project, an idea, we will help you build that. You also get a copy of the Ultimate Guide to Creating a Pitch Deck, which is the guide for this class. You also get one-on-one office hours for 15 minutes once a month. I will meet with you, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You also get special Q&A with industry experts, meaning we have an industry expert, the executive producer for Night Agent, coming on Sunday. I will put in the chat for you guys to start dropping your questions for Nicole Toussaint within the chat, and those questions will make their way into the interview, okay? Everyone else will just have to ask their questions on the live and hope that we see them, okay? Next, special early access to assignments with additional little tidbits. Like today, people in the Pitch Crew got a copy of the pitch deck for Montauk, aka Stranger Things. Free access to Pitch Like You Mean It, 1 per quarter. So here's the thing, Pitch It Like You Mean It is live pitch workshops, but in small groups. So there will be 5 people that are going to pitch, and I will be there to listen to those pitches, and we will workshop them together. It is a 2-hour workshop, and I think it's going to be fun. My first one is on Saturday. Right now, I think I only have 1 person registered. If you register now, today, right this second, it is 50% off, okay? After this, it goes back up to $125. Right now, it's half off, okay? So anytime I'm on live, that goes down by 50%, okay? So if you're going to purchase it, do it now. Do it while we're on the live. So that's the Pitch Crew within Patreon, okay? Also, go to my YouTube. Let's do a little check because we're trying to get to 500 by the end of the week. So go to YouTube. On YouTube, I post these classes a week later. On Patreon, I post them the next day. Okay. We were at 482 on YouTube, and we are now, we're at 488. Look at you guys. Oh! I get so excited. I get so excited. Okay, I'm taking that down. We don't need that, do we? We're done with that. Okay, that is it for the commercial. So those are the 3 things. Purchase the guide, join our Patreon community, subscribe on YouTube. Those are the 3 things I need you guys to do. Let's see. I don't think I got any comments. I told that to go away. Go away. Y'all, why is this thing not? Okay, here we go. Okay. Yay, Jocelyn, you finally got the guide. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I love that you guys are getting the guide. And also, I love feedback. The guide was specifically created for this class. I have another ebook called Shape Your Idea into a TV Pitch, and that is just generally about pitching, how to get started, how to take your idea from here to on paper. So it's almost like a... that book specifically just covers everything in general. This guide is specific for this class. So if you're loving this class, you will love that guide. So definitely check it out. And then that's it. So let's do quick Q&A. Do you guys have any questions? It can be about anything. It doesn't have to be class related or homework related. Anything that you guys want to ask questions about. How do we receive our grade for week 1 homework assignments? Armani, so I'm still figuring that out. I put your grades in your Patreon profile, but I am realizing that is just an internal thing, so only I can see them. I'm trying to figure out the best way to give you guys your grades. It might end up just me DMing you. But right now I'm emailing you guys. So as I go through the pitches, I'm doing giving you full feedback on them. So it's taking some time. And then your grade is in that. So you will get an email. I just don't know where to house those grades right now. Let's see. We didn't get our Professor G bedtime story. No more stories. No more stories. At least not tonight. Class tomorrow is a recap of today. And usually it's a little bit better because I've worked out some of the kinks on this class. So it's totally up to you guys to be in that class. Would love your support for you guys to show up in that class because there's bound to be some new people in there. Do I have to have a written series before I create a pitch deck? No. Abba Carrot. Somebody tell them that I'm going to yell at them because I answer this question at least once in every single live. You do not have to have a fully written series before you create a pitch deck. But if you are sending your pitch deck out to people, it would behoove you to have a pilot episode written. Because when they call you and say, oh my God, I love your pitch deck. Can you get me a first episode? You don't want to have to go, hold please. I have to call Jillian so we can sit down and go over a pilot and how to write it, right? Do them together. Get them done together. Have them ready. Get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Will all of these lessons work for movies or just TV series? So, Lethea, they will work for film. They will work for TV series. They will work for digital content. Okay? Because essentially, you're creating content, whether that content is on a silver screen, the tiny screen, or your mobile screen, whatever, it is going to work because you're building out content. The reason why I always start with pitch decks is because a pitch deck is beneficial and universal for so many things. If it's a TV or film series and you're talking to networks or production companies, you are selling them on your project. If you are doing a series, a podcast, and you want ad dollars, you want sponsors, you want in podcast reads, you have to pitch to those advertisers. You have to pitch to those sponsors. If you yourself are trying to pitch yourself as an influencer, you need a pitch deck for yourself. You need to understand the art of pitching. Okay? You're welcome. Pilot episode. Does the pitch crew tier come with the guide? Yes, Leah, the pitch crew tier comes with the guide. In fact, once you sign up for Pitch Crew, the very first post is the guide and it's attached. You can download it. You can have it. Let's see. Does the Pitch Crew tier come? Yes. Yes. Did you like the Super Bowl performance? Yes. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV out. Turn the TV off. You guys should know I went to college in Long Beach. I am an LA. I'm not an LA native because my parents were in the military and I literally have lived everywhere, all over the globe, no longer than 3.5 years at a time, except for Chicago. I think they were for 8 years. But I went to school in LA. I went to graduated high school in the LA area. I went to Cal State Long Beach. So when I talk about LA, I'm here, okay? And I might tell people I'm from LA on any given day. Let's see. Is the pitch crew fee monthly or one time? It is monthly. Blessed evening, everyone. Until we meet again. Good night, sir. Good night. Wait, Spooky Sarah, where'd you get that? Wait, where did you see that? I think there was a way to post grades on the Patreon. Staff, if you know, let me know. Because I've been putting it in everyone's profile, but I'm pretty sure it's only I can see it. Harrison, what are you doing? Where are you? What are you doing? Let's see. Good night, guys. I guess we don't have any questions. Okay. Yes, please email me. Oh, okay, Autumn. Pitch it like you mean it, how it's structured. So it essentially is, Autumn, exactly what we did with you on live, but it's a smaller group. So It's about 2 hours. And again, my first one's on Saturday. So if it needs to be longer, we'll figure all that out. But it's essentially 2 hours, and each person gets between 20 and 30 minutes where you give me a 2-minute pitch. If you didn't already, yeah. You start out, you get 2 minutes for your verbal elevator pitch, right? And let me just preface this by saying you don't have to have a pitch deck. And you don't have to have a fully fleshed out idea because it is us workshopping it. But no matter what, you get 2 minutes to do a verbal pitch, whether that's what your idea is, whether that's what your synopsis is, like whatever you want to give us in that time frame. And then from there, we start workshopping it. So I will ask questions about the idea, the concept, the pitch deck, the synopsis, the log line, the title page. I will go over it and we will workshop it together. We do that for about 20 to 30 minutes for each person. And then you have the input of the people who are also listening to your pitch and your idea. Same way we do on live. So you will be pulled up for your 2 minutes. Everybody else will be chilled. They can write in the comments, but they are not verbally engaged at that point. Once we do that with each person, at the end, we will have an open group discussion where everyone is on the chat. It's on Zoom. So everyone on Zoom can kind of chime in, chat, and talk. The thing about Pitch It Like You Mean It that I really am excited about is if you do have a pitch deck, you don't have to send it to me. You can just pull it up on the Zoom. And that way everyone in the room can see it, can have a dialogue about it, can ask questions about it, and we really help you workshop it. It's also a really great way to practice your pitch. If you have a fully formulated like pitch deck and idea, like someone like Alicia or someone like Anita, you can practice pitching with us and we are your sounding board. You can also, if you don't have anything past the idea in your head, then you talked about it and I will help you negotiate what that looks like and how to get that idea out of your head and on paper and how to build story plots around that so that you can be prepared to sit down and do a pitch deck. The thing I also like about when you have not a fully fleshed out idea is that you get to think in pitch deck format. So you get to think with a glass of water because that's usually what you have. You have like drippings of an idea. And we can then put those ideas in a cup so they make sense. And then you can slowly build out that cup based off of whatever we workshopped. So that is how it works. I am excited about it. One of my favorite things to do with you guys in this class is the live pitch workshop. I absolutely loved going over your week 1 homework with you guys. I wish I could do that all the time, but I do want you guys to learn how the pitch deck works. Gotcha, because I need to practice that verbal pitch, child. You did good, Autumn. You just read it. Don't read it. Don't read it. I need to feel the passion. I need to feel it because you're selling it to me. At every point in your pitch deck, you are selling something to me. Let's see. Does this work the same for a talk show? I am T. Charday Speaks. I am T. Charday Speaks. You are absolutely speaking my language, okay? Because I'm a talk show girl. So yes, it works the same, but talk show is considered unscripted, even though there is a script. You're welcome, Autumn. Even though there is a script, it is considered in the unscripted wheelhouse because it's an interview style. So pitch decks, you still need one. There's a couple of things that are different, and there's a lot less of stuff that you need for a talk show pitch deck. But if you have, in regards to like Pitch It Like You Mean It, if you have a talk show idea, we can work through it. Here's the thing with talk shows and me, I can do it with my eyes closed and one hand tied behind my back. I could probably do it with both hands tied behind my back because that's how much I've worked on talk shows and how closely aligned with the talk show world I am. So I would be over the moon. I am T. Sade. I will be over the moon to talk about a talk show. Okay. Just the production, the budget, the creativity, writing scripts, getting your interviews, doing trade outs, getting sponsors. Like I could route. In fact, I probably should just do another guide for that and maybe do like a spin-off class specifically for talk shows because I absolutely love that. So I hope that answers your question. Is it okay to submit homework from week 1 still? Actually, yes. Graphic design for beauty pros. As long as you're in our Patreon, drop it in the chat because I'm literally still going down. Like if someone added it today, I wouldn't even know. I am so like, I'm not even halfway down the list. So, yeah, if you please put it in there. I'm in there. Okay, great. Please do a spin-off for talk shows. I know. The thing is, I might do like a limited, like I might do a limited series on Netflix, a 3-episode documentary on talk shows. No, I love talk shows. That is my bread and butter. I was a producer for Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, Oprah, Tyra Banks, Tamron Hall, Karamo, and then CBS Mornings. So like that is like bread and like talk shows are my bread and butter. I absolutely love it. Thank you, Steph. Create 3 synopses about a man who lost his soul in a bar. Must use 3 genres. Yes. Yes, week 1 homework. You can still turn it in. Put it in the chat in the Patreon. What's the synopsis for this limited series? For my limited series for talk shows, I met Tamron Hall and I love her. Oh, I am T. Sade. Well, we are not the same. Okay, we are not. Spooky Sarah, where are you seeing that? Because I know I wrote that somewhere. I don't know where I wrote it. Where did I write it? I know, Autumn. Don't get me started. You know, I politely don't say anything because she might be watching this live, okay? Because she does that. She does that sort of thing. No, Steph. No, y'all are not. Oh, that's why I did say yesterday when I was talking about waterfall budgets, right? Is that when I talked about it? Because it's like, no, there's no tea. No, don't get your mug. Don't get anything. There's no tea. I'm not telling y'all a daggone thing. Okay? Not a daggone thing. Not a daggone thing. Okay? Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking up something. Because, that's what I say. So I said it yesterday, Spooky Sarah. I said it yesterday, but it was to deal with waterfall budgets. And it was in that post. But I don't know what they meant by that. So that's why every time you say it, I go to look it up. But I don't have enough context. That's why I was asking you, like, where did you see it? I'm not familiar with the term. But there are some things that I should be familiar with that are not. If you could see the mug I'm sipping from. No, absolutely not. Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's a budgeting term. Which y'all, I'm not the girl of the budget. I'm not. I'm not the girl of the budget. That's somebody else's job. When you tell me I can spend the money, I'm going to spend the money. I'm not going to budget it. I'm going to spend the money. I'm not going to pinch pennies. I'm going to spend the money. Okay. So Spooky Sarah, what it means is it refers to a $1 million in financing or budget. It's a shorthand for $1 million. That's it. And according to this, it's used by everyone. I just had no idea. Seeking $1 million in funding, $1 million in funding means the creator is looking to secure $1 million in investment. It's okay if you didn't know. I figured I would just keep asking until I knew what you knew. Yes, Spooky Sarah. It was on the backstage post. Yes. Girl, not backstage. I don't be putting nothing on backstage. That was staff me up. Okay. Nash, Nash, you would hate me. You would hate to see me coming, okay? Because if you give me a $1 million budget. So when I was at Mr. Beast, each video we did had roughly like a $1.2 million budget. And everybody was like, okay, how are we going to spend it? Make sure I'm like, how are we going to, we're going to spend it, the whole thing. And they're like, well, let's see if we can cut $200,000 off the budget. Why? Why on earth would we cut for no reason? No reason. Oh, Saray. I know, Spooky. Can I tell you, Spooky Saray? I know that. I'm so sorry. It's very obvious the way it's spelled that it's supposed to be Saray. But I said it one time and I think you didn't respond. So I was like, maybe I have it wrong. So then I've been saying Spooky Sarah because I thought maybe it was a lovely creative way to spell Sarah. But Spooky Saray. I'm here. Leslie, I know I'm not cutting the budget. I'm not doing it. If the budget's 1.2 million, I'm spending 1.2 million. I'm not even going to spend $1,199,999. Like there will be no change. There will be no change. Okay. My tagline at work is that's not in the budget. Well, I mean, if we're getting to pronunciations, it's thank you, Nyasha, because do you know, Nyasha, I've called you Nyasha. I've interchanged it. Nyasha. Okay. It's okay if you forget. As you see, I am persistent and patient. I'll just type it again. I love it. Spooky Saray. And Saray is such a pretty name too. And it's spelled really, really adorably. Nyasha. Okay. Nyasha presents. Who is it? Jay Henley? Do you guys remember when Jen was on talking about podcasts? That was winter 2024. I always call her Jenly because I know her in real life, by the way. Like I know Jen in real life. And on here, I just kept calling her Jenly. And she was like, it's not Jenly. And Nash, like Nashville. Girl, we know what yours is, Nash. Okay? We know what yours is. No, but Jenly, she's always like, it's Jay Henley. And I'm the first one I will crash out when people get my name wrong. I will crash out. My first name is Jillian. And I hate when people call me Jill. I hate it. I am not a Jill. I am definitely a Jillian. Not a Jill. I will crash out. If I'm like, hi, my name is Jillian. They're like, oh, hi, Jill. And I'm like, ah. Baby is baby, not babe. Okay, Trini baby. Y'all, I'm not going to remember this tomorrow. I mean, I might remember it tomorrow, but Sunday, it will be a wrap. I will not remember, so just remind me. Lon, like London. I've been calling you Lon. Y'all, not me mispronouncing every single name. Not you too, Armanis. Not you too. Literally, Steph. Is your name Steph? Am I pronouncing that right? Steph. Is that right? Just, Steph, let me know. Because you are the only one I'm getting right. You are the only one I'm getting right. Graphic design for beauty pros. Is that it? Did I pronounce that right? Did I do it? Because I don't know. Tony. Please tell me it's Tony. Ron. That's literally what I've been calling you guys. I've been Roning all of y'all. It might be Steve. It might be. I've been calling you Lon this entire time, Lun, as in London. Not you. First of all, Taylor, I ain't never said your name. So you don't even know if I mispronounced. Oh, I did. I called you Tails Maddox. I did. Okay. This is too much, y'all. I'm about to call everybody Boo and Bookie. I'm be like, Bookie! Boo! Every single one of your names is wrong. Every single one of them. I have said them all wrong. Jocelyn? Is it Jocelyn? Is it? Somebody tell me I got Jocelyn right. As long as I got Steph, Jocelyn, Trini baby. It's going to be Bookie and Boo. Dana. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Dana, Dania, Donna? I don't know. Ron. That's what I'm just going to call all you guys Ron. Literally, I'm so mad at y'all. I should block every last one of you. I should block every last one of y'all. Every time y'all try to get me to say your name right. Blocked. That's exactly what I should do. Okay, do you guys have any questions? Things that I can pronounce, okay? Anything that I can pronounce. No questions? Wait, we have 35 likes. You guys. I know. I keep threatening to block people. Saray is in this class starting things, right? Saray. Spooky Saray. Favorite TV series. Okay, it's definitely Doctor Who. Absolutely love it. But then I'm old school, so I like I don't know, I like Monk. I like Psych. I watch Leverage. Harrison, what are you doing? Come here. Is your ball inside of my bag? Harrison is pronounced Harrison. Just in case, you guys. Just in case. Threats are deaf your love language. They are, London, short for London. London. Yes, they absolutely are my love language. So is violence, insults. The Sunday Watch Night Agent season 1 up. Thank you, Steph. Just when I tell you, Steph is the best moderator. Favorite movie genre. Oh, okay. You guys are gonna be so disappointed. My favorite movie genre is blockbuster action movies. It's so disappointing. People want me to have like this like highbrow taste in movies, and I do. I like a lot of really good classic movies, but as long as Fast and Furious keeps making movies, I'm gonna be there. I'm just going to be there. It could be Fast and the Furious 2008. I am going to be there. Fast and Furious number 12. I will be there. And I won't even like it. I might not even like it, but I'm going to be there. Any summer blockbuster movie, I'm there. Yes. Fast and the Furious. And it's such a terrible like franchise, but I'm going to be there every time. Literally every time. I like foreign films. Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, there's the intellectual part of me. So I end up watching a lot of foreign films. I end up watching a lot of foreign TV series. I'm always in some international something series and here's the thing. I speak a lot of different languages, and sometimes I watch TV and I don't realize it's not in English. That happens to me a lot. Like Netflix, because on Netflix, the algorithm, if you watch like one Korean drama, you look up and you're like down this international rabbit hole, and I will watch them, right? But if you go, what movie do you want to go watch in the theaters? It's going to be whatever blockbuster is out. It's going to be whatever big action movie is out. Mission Impossible, I'll watch it. Tom Cruise is 500 years old. I will still watch him jump off a motorcycle from an airplane. I will still do it. I will show up, give that man my money, watch this unrealistic film, and then I will go home in delight. Okay? My current ongoing TV series. Okay, so this is what I'm watching currently as far as TV. Dexter. I'm watching The Traitors. Never seen Mission Impossible movie. Okay, Dexter, The Traitors. I just finished Night Agent. I'm obsessed with Matlock and Elsbeth. And I'm starting to get into High Fidelity. I don't know. So you can see the pattern. I like mystery. I like the Saul thing. Love Hurts is really good. That sounds good. It's kind of from my genre. Vampire Diaries. I can't get into Vampire Diaries. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. I watched High Potential. That's the one I'm getting into now. I don't know how I feel about it yet, even though I'm like on episode 8 or 9. I don't know how I feel about it. I can't get into Vampire Diaries, and I like vampires. I like Charmed. I like Buffy. Which is no surprise to those of you who know about Legally Blonde, Jillian. I also love Buffy the Vampire the movie. So it's right in my wheelhouse. Ultimate favorite series. Yeah, yes. Angel over Buffy any day. Oh no, Nash. Oh no. Buffy. Always above all. It's Buffy. High Potential about the single mom who is super clever. Yes. But you know what, Trini baby? The thing about High Fidelity, I don't believe the main character. Like, I'm not sold that she is who she is. Like, there's something that isn't in alignment with me. Oh, Steph, you like movies? I like movies too. Movies are like my, getaway. Put a call in the shop. Grey's Anatomy will never be done. It will never be done. What I love is skipping 2 or 3 seasons of Grey's Anatomy and then getting back into it. And then it's like a whole new series, and I'm 2 years behind everybody else. Oh, is it High Potential? Are you telling me I'm pronouncing that wrong too, Dana? Is that what you're telling me? I'm pronouncing the name of the show wrong? Yes, High Potential. I don't know why I keep calling it High Fidelity, because I liked High Fidelity, the TV series too. I've seen like 15 minutes of the first episode. I'm intrigued by it at the very least. Yeah, I don't know why I can't. It just doesn't, like, it's good and I watch it, but I'm not sold on it yet. I went to Netflix and there were 20 new seasons of Grace. And come back tomorrow, there'll be 20 new ones. Only Murders in the Building. Ooh, I like that series. I don't know where they're going to go next, you know? Yes, Nash, I love sci-fi. Evident by Doctor Who. I love sci-fi. Sci-fi, action. Like, I love adventure. I love all that stuff. Angel or Spike? Ooh, I don't know, because Spike is like the villain of the villains. So I don't know. I definitely empathize with Spike. Oh, Lovecraft Country was really good. I'm not a horror film. When it comes to films, I do like psychological thrillers. Like, I like to be scared, but not because someone's trying to murder me. Like I can't watch things like Nightmare on Elm Street. Like that sort of like, I can't. So psychological thrillers are pretty good. Harrison, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing, poopies? What are you doing? Is our synopsis the same story and characters in 3 genres? Or 3 different? No, same. Same. You're going to take that premise. Tell me about it as a drama. Tell me about it as a comedy. Tell me about it as a historical fiction period piece. Okay, good night, Dana. Good night. I'm following suit, though. Y'all be having me on here forever. Okay, so I'm closing out the Q&A portion. I was about to say I'm going home, but I'm literally at home. So, I am going to, yes, for your homework, use the same premise. And I'll post this all on the Patreon. So tomorrow's kind of busy. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow's kind of busy, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it before class. I'll try to put the homework chat up there just so it's there. I do not expect anyone to put their homework in there, but I want the chat to already be there, ready to go. And I think that's it. But thank you guys so much, as always. Oh, yes, Steph, I still have to email you. You're on my list for tomorrow. I want to see if we can do something Thursday, but I have 2 pitch calls. I think one is at 1 and one is at 4. But Thursday is the better day because I want to just figure out how to get this looking better. Is there a way to set up notifications in Patreon? Yes, there is. I don't know how to though, but there is. Okay. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Have a good night.